Today's topic is conveyors. And in conveyor, the first conveyor is the belt conveyor. And belt conveyor is the most popular conveyor which is used in the food industries, especially in the grain industries, as well as in baking industry, as well as in fruit and vegetable industry. And it is nothing but it is an endless belt which is operating between two pulleys and supported by idlers. It is so simple. You can see here in this diagram, and the material moves from one end to another end on these belts. So if I tell you, the belt conveyor mainly have mainly has a belt, a drive mechanism, and end pulleys, idlers, and loading and discharge devices. So these are the component of a belt conveyor, and naturally a belt. And on the belt conveyor, the baggage or the product will lie still on the surface of the belt. And what happens, only the belt moves, not the product. And so what happens, there is no damage to the product or the material which is being conveyed on the belt conveyor. And what is important here is the belt speed. If the belt speed, we will not fix the belt speed, or we will not control the belt speed, what will happen, the product will may fall from the belt, and it may get damaged. So for that, on especially if the grains are there, so we have to be very careful. So for transportation of the grains, the belt speed should not be more than 3.5 meter per second. And however, for general grain conveying, it is the recommended is 2.5 to 2.8 meter per second, but it should not be more than 3.5 in any case. And the capacity of the belt conveyor, how would you calculate the capacity? That what is the capacity of belt conveyor? That will be the as per the formula. In capacity will be in meter square per hour. Before that, we have to calculate the area of cross section in meter square into the belt speed into 60. So that will give us the capacity of the belt conveyor. And these are the belt conveyor idlers, and they idlers actually must be accurately made, and they actually provide a rigid framework. All right. And what will happen, they will maintain a permanent balance, and there will be no sacking in the belt. So and various trough configurations you can see here, and there are various angles, 20 degree, 30 degree, and 45 degree. So that's how these idlers are the important part of the belt. And they may be of 2-3 types: flat belt idlers, and idlers with 20 degree trough, idlers with 35 to 40 degree trough. Okay, so if the particles are small and light in weight, then we will use the 35 to 45 degree trough angle for these idlers. And idler spacing again is an important aspect for the cost point of view. And as a rule of thumb, the space between the idlers should be equal to the width of the belt, and the spacing should not exceed 1 to 2 meters, because there is limitation on everything. If you will cross the limit, that may hamper your operations. Either it is a belt operation, or it is the operation, any other unit operation in the your food industry. And then belt tension is very important, because if the belt will not be tensed, what will happen, there will be the loosening of the belt will take place, and then the conveying of the material will not be the proper. And the effective tension of the belt can be calculated as by the formula given here. Effective tension, it is nothing but it is equal to power in kilowatt, and the belt speed in meter per second. So that provides you the effective tension, that how much will be the effective tension will be there in the belt. So that was all about the belt conveyor. You can read from here. These are comprehensive notes I have made for you.